Hi, Larry Smith for LaRoVideo Productions here. Today's video gives information about a low-cost portable rifle sight-end bench. If you have the proper tools, the actual work for this project will only take a few hours. However, there is a gluing step that requires 24 hours drying time. I recommend a good miter saw, a 90 and a 45 degree angle standard, a hand drill with a 5/8 inch wood bit, a 1/4 inch metal bit, and a pilot bit for the wood screws, some clamps, and the tools necessary to tighten the screws and the bolts. The design of this bench is relatively simple, and you can modify it for your personal needs if necessary. The dimensions given in the narration are intended to produce a bench with seat height 18 inches and bench top height of 30 inches. This second version of the bench requires approximately 11 linear feet of a 2x6 pine board, a piece of 3/4 inch plywood about 2 foot square, 2 1/4 by 20 bolts at least 3 inches long, 4 1/4 inch flat washers, 2 1/4 by 20 nuts, a box of 2-inch wood screws, and some wood glue. The actual width of a so-called 2x6 is approximately 5.5 inches. The first cut will convert the end of the 2x6 from a 90 degree to a 45 degree angle. Set up your miter saw to make 45 degree cuts as shown here. Measure along the side of the 2x6 and mark at 40 3/16 inches. Using the 45 degree angle of your square, draw a line across the board, then cut to form a parallelogram. Adjust the miter saw to a 60 degree angle and cut the angled end of the 2x6. Measure 30 inches along the edge of the 2x6 and cut another 60 degree angle to form a second parallelogram. Adjust the miter saw back to 45 degrees and cut the angled end of the 2x6. Adjust your miter saw for 90 degree cuts and trim the angled end of the remaining piece. Measure 18 inches along the 2x6 and draw a line at 90 degrees across. Cut that piece for the seat. Repeat that process for the long foot. Adjust your miter saw for 45 degree cuts and trim the end of the 2x6. Adjust your miter saw for 90 degree cuts and trim the angled end of the 2x6. You should have a piece that is relatively short, approximately 10 inches, with 90 degree cuts on both ends. Now would be a good time to cut the 4 larger triangle pieces in half, forming 8 medium-sized triangles. Measure 5½ inches along the angle cut of one end of the long brace. Draw a line at 90 degrees across and cut off that end. You may also want to remove about 1 inch from both ends of the 60-degree brace. Measure and mark the center line for the seat, the long foot, and the short foot. At this point you should have all of the wood pieces. The bench top should be about 2 foot square, but it is not critical. You have the long brace, the 60-degree brace, the seat, the long foot, and the short foot. You also have 8 medium-sized triangles. Measure 3/4 of an inch to one side of all center lines on the seat, the long foot, and the short foot, and draw a line to be used as the center line for the wood screw pilot holes. Drill at least 2 pilot holes for the wood screws in each of the short foot, the long foot, and the seat. Turn to the side opposite of the lines. Countersink all wood screw holes on all 3 pieces to a depth of 1/2 inch. Using the center line as a guide for the inside edge, attach the short foot to the long brace. In a similar manner, attach the long foot and the seat to opposite ends of the 60-degree brace. Coat the sides of the medium triangles that form a 90-degree angle generously with wood glue. Place a triangle in each of the corners formed by the braces, the footers, and the seat. Glue a medium-sized triangle on each side of the long brace at the top to form a flat surface for mounting the bench top. You may also want to glue 2 of the smaller triangles on the back side of the brace to extend that surface. Position the 2 braces approximately as they should be and use clamps to hold them in place. Set the bench on a flat level surface and check to ensure that both footer pieces contact the ground properly. Then check the seat and bench top height. Ensure that the back edges of the seat and the short foot align properly. If not, loosen the clamps, adjust the position of the braces, retighten the clamps, and recheck. When the braces are aligned, find suitable locations and drill 2 1/4 inch holes through both braces. Using a 5/8 inch wood bit, drill into the outside edges of both braces about 1/8 of an inch to make room for the washers and the wing nuts. Assemble the bench using the 3-inch 1/4-20 bolts, washers, and nuts. Measure the exact width of the bench top. Mark the center and draw a line. Measure 3/4 of an inch from the center line on the side where the long brace will be and draw another line. Measure and mark where you intend to place wood screws through the bench top. Drill the pilot holes through the bench top. Attach the bench top to the long brace using wood screws. Be sure to align the pilot holes with the center line of the long brace. At this point, all of the required work is finished. You may want to stain or paint the bench, but it is ready for use. Thanks for watching the video. I hope that you find the information useful. Be sure to visit our website to find our other videos. You can also subscribe to the LaRoVideo YouTube channel. Click on the like button if you like a video, and leave comments or suggestions. We definitely appreciate the feedback. Until next time.